Well, it's time to look at the deck we hit King of Games with, and this is the deck. It's a 20 card deck. We're using the skill Cosmic Enlightenment, which says that if we, every time we lose 1,000 life points, we can draw one random psychic type monster. And to do that, you obviously would need to use Cosmic Cyclone. It's the easiest way just to take 1,000 damage, pay 1,000 life points, and target one spell trap on the field, banish it. So it's really helpful in this case, since it's like our only real back row removal. I don't think other back row removal is that necessary. Also, we can use it in certain circumstances to banish Pulse Mines, so Tretch is live. Well, let's start with, and then let's look at the traps real quick, since there's only two of them. Pulse Mine says if you control a machine type monster, change your opponent's attack position monsters, if any, to defense position. Also, until the end of this turn, if a monster is normal or special summoned to your opponent's field, change them to defense position. So it's basically econ without, the take condition. Basically like Windstar's at Etiqua, but not reliant on the current position of the monsters. The only real problem with Pulse Mines, though, is if the monster was already summoned and you were to switch it to defense position, they can just switch back to attack position. So yeah, if you're forced to activate it early, it can be kind of disappointing, but usually it can save all your monsters and stop all their plays. So it's really useful. And then we have Treacherous. You love it, you hate it, you know what I mean? So if you know trap cards in your graveyard, target two monsters in the field, destroy those targets. It's just really useful and just too good not to have. Then we have this guy here. I only have one of them, and he can search any Karakuri card. I only really use them to search for Cash, which allows us to. I just really like this prismatic here. It allows us to search for a level 4 or lower Karakuri monster. As you can see, all our Karakuri monsters are level 4 or lower, which is good. I would say my favorite card to search and use is this guy here, mainly because he can allow us to, protect yourselves pretty decently, and him getting destroyed by battle can really help us set up more plays. I would say it is annoying in like an Ancient Gear matchup or in with Samurai Destroyer running rampant, because usually this effect can save you, except in those instances. So it can be annoying, but it's just an overall good card. I really like it. Then we have Epa here, and the only real reason we have him is because he's a 2100 attack monster. I usually play the level 5, but the level 5 is, in all honesty, a dead draw. So, and he only has 2200 attack. And with the beatdown nerf, it didn't feel necessary to run the level 5 anymore, so I decided to go with him because he has just 100 less attack. Might as well get in hits when you can. Then we have here Gen X Neutron. He's in the Stardust box. Yeah, he's not a Karakuri monster, but he just really has an effect that works. Once per turn during the end phase, this card was normal summon this turn. You can add one machine type tuner monster from your deck to your hand, so we can search any of our tuners. So we can summon this guy, end our turn, search for this person here, and then if this guy's still on the field, then we can go into our synchro plays. If not, then yeah, we'll be kind of limited. But basically, the main combo here is we want to have this card because it gives us an extra normal summon of a Karakuri type monster. And so we either want a level 4 in our hand, or we want Cash to search for the level 4. The reason I am running Cosmic Enlightenment because we're using Wheel Leader. You can special summon it if you have a level 3 monster on the field, and Niishi is level 3. So basically, that just allows us to go into more than one synchro a turn. Also, its effect is destroying one monster in the field that has less attack than the synchro monster is useful, and it's really useful in certain circumstances. We have this the new Karakuri card from one of the newer boxes here. He is pretty useful. He's level 4, which means we have him here for purposes, but he's not really the main tuner we're concerned with. But he can really help because you do take damage when he switches to attack position, but he can't be destroyed, so you can block 2 attacks with him, which is a good, it just seems to be a good alternative to the foot soldier, as I like to call him, just to kind of cover yourself. And we have the one Szank, which I recently got, and Szank is good. You might have seen him in a couple Neos decks or stall decks in general, because when he's flipped face up, you can select one face up monster on the field and set it to the graveyard. And then it can attack directly, so that's useful. So yeah, its effect is useful. It doesn't work against Cactus, though. Which is kind of sad. But hey, it's a good card, and I'm glad I got my one copy of it. And that's for a certain reason. And so here's the extra deck. We got Quandrax, as I like to call him, Christian Quarian Quandrax. It requires 2 or more tuners and 1 non-tuner monster. If this card is synchro summoned, you can target monsters your opponent controls and are in the graveyard up to the number of synchro materials used for the synchro summon of this card and banish them. If this synchro summon card is destroyed by battle, you can target 1 banished monster except this card, special summon it to your field. So basically, that's why I was glad we got Szank, because with Cosmetic Enlightenment, we can guarantee drawing a wielder. So we have this card, we can normal summon this, special summon wielder, and then go into Gandrax and banish 3 monsters. So that can pretty much wipe the board, and is like a really good out to certain circumstances. Then we have the other board wipe we have here, Black Rose Dragon. Yeah, it does have that. What? It has that effect with the plants? What? Yeah, it has that effect when we don't have any plants in the deck, so we never use it. Not many people use that effect, to be honest. But you can destroy all cards on the field. And the good thing is, with this our level 3 and level 4, we can just synchro into Black Rose really easily. It's not a 1-card combo, but we can Black Rose really easily. Also, if we have this guy, and let's say he gets destroyed, we can summon this Ninishi. Man, these names I can't pronounce. I never call them by name anyway. So we can summon that from the deck. And if we have a level 4 in our hand, we can then have her extra normal summon and wipe the field, and then summon again, because that was our extra normal summon. So we can wipe the field and then still have a board presence. Not really one that will allow us to synchro, but one that will allow us to protect us. Like we can summon another the soldier, hit for 14, and be relatively good. Here's my other prismatic in the deck. We have the Shogun Beret. 1 and 1 or more non-tuner machine type monsters. When this card is synchro summon, you can special summon 1 Karakuri monster from the deck. Once returning, you target 1 monster on the field. Change its battle position. So this card is really useful. I really like it. Because it's any Karakuri monster from the deck, that's why I ran the level 5 back in, a while ago. when beatdown was more of an option because it just made more sense. Changing the battle position of a monster is really good because it allows us to, not a lot of monsters have, 2,601 attack or defense. Sometimes they have higher attack, but like Blue Eyes, for example, it has 3,000 attack, but only 2,500 defense. So, that we can switch its battle position and then, run over it. We have 2 of those. We also have the newer Karakuri Synchro Monster, Burrito, I guess is how you pronounce it. When this card is Synchro Summon, you can also summon a Karakuri monster from your deck, so it has the same effect as the last Synchro Monster. Once per turn, when the battle position of a Karakuri monster you control is changed and remains face up, you can draw 1 card. So we can, combo this with the Beret, draw a card, or if we were to summon this from the deck, after it attacks, it is forced to change battle position, so we can get some good draws. It's level 8, so basically that's the only real reason this level 4 tuner is here, other than the stall potentiality of it. Like, the level 8 is good, but it's not like the main focus of the deck. And then we have Samurai Destroyer. Definitely one of the best monsters that we got in this deck. It's a level 7, and if this card battles an opponent's monster, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects until the end of the damage step, so that opponent's monster has effects negated during the battle phase only, which is really good against like Magician Girls or Silent Swordsman, etc. It's really good. It's a good card. Everyone knows that. If this face-up card in its owner's control leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, you can target 1 machine-type monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So it can summon itself, and with its 2600 attack, they can block something. But mainly the play is, usually we would synchro summon into it with these 2 cards. And the reason the second effect is useful is that, let's say you got Deprisoned or Drowning Near Forced, we can just summon this and still attack for like 1400 and still protect ourselves. We can go from this to here. If it gets destroyed, we can summon one of these, and then we can block 3 attacks. So it allows us to protect ourselves even after a board wipe. So I really like Samurai Destroyer in this deck. The main play we usually try to focus on here is having this level 3 tuner over here, this level 3 tuner in our hand, along with a level 4 or this, so we can search for it, and using Cosmic Enlightenment to make sure we draw a wielder. Then we can just summon this, have our extra normal summon, special summon it, synchro into this level 7, summon another level 4 from the deck, and then go into Samurai Destroyer. Or if necessary, our second Beret, so we can summon a monster from the deck. And yeah, that was the deck.